Yeah, I think the flags here are a giveaway. This is Unite the Kingdom. This is the protest organised by Tommy Robinson. Now, he did this event last year. It was a huge event, at least 150,000 people. And let's say they're expecting around 50,000 people today, but you can see how far this is stretching down.
BBC are lying again. They said 50,000 people have only turned up to the Tommy Robinson march, the Tommy Robinson protest. Unite the Kingdom. Look at this guy, he is fuming. This presenter is absolutely fuming. You can see by how he's speaking so low. You can tell by the countries above that this is Unite the Kingdom. They had 150,000 last time. They're going to have around 50,000. Everyone can see. Everyone can see this is a lot more than 50,000.
Sea of flags, British flag, Israeli flags, Iranian flags, pre-Iranian Revolution flags. People have been forming up here since about 9 a.m. They're going to start here. We're just north of the Strand in London, going to march down all the way to Parliament Square, where there'll be speeches throughout the day. So this march is waiting to move off. As you're mentioning there, the government's had a lot more of an interventionist approach. Ahead of this march, they've banned what they call 11 far-right agitators from coming into the UK to speak at this event. There is this huge police presence too. Keir Starmer described this as being organised by convicted thugs and racists. He said they're peddling hate and division. We've heard chants against Keir Starmer, and you might hear some of that language, so if you do, apologies for that. The other thing which applies to both marches is that anything that's said on stage by a speaker, the organisers are going to be held liable for that. So if there is hate or extremist speech, that could make things a bit tricky. But people are gathering up. It's peaceful so far. There are going to be tens of thousands of people marching all the way down here. On the other side of town where Paul is, there's a different march with a very different set of politics, pretty much the diametric opposite of what people believe here.
We've been able to get some interviews from the protest, from people speaking about how the protest is, how it's being actually alarmed, how it's being spoken about, because people are lying. People are saying there's not many people there.
I'm furious because I'm an ex-military. I was in the RAF for 12 years. I served my country. I'm very proud of my flag. I wear my flag proudly because I was born here in this country, and my parents came over in the 60s and worked hard. They contributed to the economy, and they bought a house and they moved into the suburbs, and it was fantastic. I was born in Whitechapel, yeah, and I wouldn't recognise it now at all. At all. And we moved up to Lincolnshire in the countryside because I'm very horsey, and at the end of the day, this is a Christian country, and this country is just, they've got nowhere else to go. And if all these people come in, and take over the culture, it's not going to be Britain anymore. It's not going to be Great Britain anymore, and we can't have that. And it's not a racist thing. I'm not a racist. You can't call me a racist. But at the end of the day, we have to fight for what it's a spiritual battle, though, guys. This is the thing. We have to come back to Christ. Christ is King, and we must come back to Christ, because at the end of the day, we are a Christian nation.
Keir Starmer have blocked, cancelled visas of multiple people, including my team, Ezra Levin and Avi Yemini. What do you think of that? That now Keir Starmer can use executive power to block entry of people he disagrees with?
Well, to me, I mean, sounds like a dictatorship to me. I mean, Ezra, we miss you. He's such a wonderful reporter, and Avi as well. They're both wonderful reporters, and they're telling the truth. They're reporting the truth. And the thing is, they don't want to hear the truth. And we need people like Ezra to come and to show the world that, we are a peace-loving, peaceful British people. We're not aggressive. We're not, far right. We're not Nazis at the end of the day. I'm not a Nazi. I'm just wanting free speech. I want to be able to speak how I want, and I want to be able to express myself the way I want to express myself.
Keir Starmer will stay on his high horse. He will stay in Downing Street. He will look down at everyone like he does all of the time, because he doesn't care about the United Kingdom. He doesn't care about his own people. He has said that he's all for protests, but this protest is a hate protest.
Tomorrow's march in London is a reminder of what we're up against in the battle of our values. The organisers including convicted thugs and racists, are peddling hatred and division.
We've seen enough. Everyone's seen enough. The amount of people that are turning out, it's showing. It's clear and obvious. The UK is on its knees. And whose fault is that? The person that's been in charge for the last year. The person that's been lying from his chair for the past year. Coming out in press conferences, speaking about sausages. How can you have this man as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom? The greatest country, England, in the world.
We're here at basically nearly at the start of this, and you can see there is flags from right across the British Isles here. People are frustrated and want their voices to be heard. That's what we are hearing this morning. There is quite literally thousands and thousands of people on this Upper Woburn heading down into the Assembly Point. We actually haven't got to the start of it yet because the crowds are so deep. Let's see if we can have a word with anybody here that's in the round. Some of the pink ladies, of course, are here. Why are you here?
For my daughter's futures, to be honest, and the safety of women and children on the streets of Britain today. We don't feel safe.
You don't feel safe?
No. Why would, if I felt safe, why would I carry a spray in my handbag every time I go out? You know, we're all like it. We all feel the same. We feel unsafe.
Well, there you go. That's just one opinion from one section of the community. There is a lot here from Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, and indeed the Republic of Ireland, and some from the Isle of Wight. But you know, anywhere you look here, they all have their problems. They're coming here, uniting under one organisation, and really wanting to push ahead and tell the government that they're unhappy with life. Will they listen? We're not too sure, but one thing is for sure, there is going to be huge amounts of people in the centre of London this morning.
It's a joke what's going on. It's a joke what BBC are doing because they are pretending that this is a nothing protest. They're pretending that there's barely anyone there. How can you pretend? The video, it's all on footage. There's a helicopter there showing how many people are there. Do you think that's 50,000? You think that can just fill up a little stadium? You are absolutely crazy. It's so funny how they will only push the news that they want to push.
On the march, here we go!
We are exposing the truth and nothing but this truth. We are not going to lie about numbers. We don't know how many people are there as of right now, but I can tell you this, it's a lot more than 50,000